Moving towards the mean is killing the only competitive advantage that you had. This is a quote that I heard from Chris Williamson on a podcast with Alex and Mosey talking about the harsh truths of life. And I strongly resonate with that because this video is going to be all about being boring, right? Or what most people see as boring. For the past 5-6 years, all I have ever done is worked. Have I been out and partied a couple times? Yes, sure. Have I had my fun? Absolutely. Have I traveled, enjoyed life? Absolutely. But what's gotten me to the level of achievement that I have today, and what will continue to allow me to achieve the things that I want in life, is the simple concept of being boring. Now, I know a lot of you aren't going to want to hear this, but you need to understand this. You need to know the truth of what is required to be successful. You have to be boring. You have to be selfish with your time. You have to sit there and just simply do the work for a really long, grueling time. To get to where I am now and doing what I'm doing, filming this video, for years, all that I did was be boring. Right? It's so simple, guys, but if you really understand this concept, you will be successful, right? What will determine your ability to achieve what you want is the ability to do the same monotonous, boring things day in, day out, repetitively for a long duration of time and not get sick of it, right? Fall in love with the process, fall in love with the hard things. This is where the magic actually happens. If you cannot learn to love the journey, if you cannot learn to love to be boring, quote unquote, then you won't be successful, right? Now, there are some people out there that advocate for a different strategy and, living the abundance lifestyle and that things are going to work out and things are going to be okay. But from my perspective, you have to put the blinders on and do the boring work. You have to be that boring guy or gal. You have to sit there. You have to say no to going out and drinking with your friends. You have to say no to events. You have to say no to these things, right? This is in fact what I did for years, and this is what's kind of got me to where I am now. We're talking obsession with what I was doing, making money online, high ticket sales, right? That's why I'm very good at teaching what I'm doing, because I've been doing this for a long time and I've been obsessed with it, and only this for a long, long, long time. Right? We're talking nights where I was that guy on a Friday night that will get on to role play and train my sales skills at 6, 7 p.m. Right? Very few people would show up to that training call. I did, right? I did everything that was required for a really, really long time. And a lot of people will ostracize that. A lot of people, I don't even know if it's the right word, but a lot of people will cast shame at you for doing boring things, aka being boring. That's what it's labeled as, right? Instead of thinking being boring is the way that you want to think about it, reframe that to being focused. Just being focused. And to achieve 1% results, you have to act, behave, and be like the 1%. The 99% are going to cast that ideal, that frame, that way of thinking, that label onto you that you are boring, because shame is the most powerful tool. And if you are boring, if you are not like how you used to be, you want to go back to your old identity. But I can assure you, very quick video, all you need to do is just be boring. Be focused to achieve what you want. It's not going to come from living this live fast, die hard lifestyle where you're traveling the world and doing this and doing that and so on and so on. Eventually, you can get to that point, but not now. Especially if you're below 10K a month, especially if you're below 15K a month, right? You're trying to make your first dollars online. You have to sit there for long periods and durations of time and be focused. Not boring, but focused. A lot of people will project into you that you work too much, that you do this or you do that. Think for yourself, because as that quote I mentioned earlier before, if you're going to move towards the average, if you're going to move towards what is normally socially accepted, well, then you have the same results, right? A lot of people will come to me, older friends or this, whatever. You're boring, Connor. You're always working. You're doing this. You're doing that, right? Now I have my fun, right? I'm gonna be having my fun very soon in a week, going to a festival. Like that'll be fun, and traveling the world a bit. But a lot of people say, "Oh, you're being boring," right? Couldn't be further from the truth, right? If you conform to what is normally socially accepted, you will get those results. Simple as.